Once your track has been put together, next you'll want to hang the curtains. So how do you want to do that? First, let's talk about curtain choice or curtain style. It works best with pinch pleated curtains or pleated curtains. All you have to do is attach a simple curtain hook. The curtain hooks aren't included in the box set, so you can just buy them separately, or normally it comes with the curtains already. And there are two ways that you can hang them. So you can either hang them directly below the track, or if you want to, you can actually hang it with an overhang, so that when it is closed, it creates a bit of an overhang to fully conceal the track. So you can either hang it directly below the runners, or you can create a bit of an overhang so that once it's attached on, the fabric will conceal the track, which gives it a quite nice, neat look. How do you actually hang the curtains on the carriers? So it's quite straightforward to hang it on the runners, but on the carriers, what you want to do is put the curtain pin where you've got about a 6 to 9 centimeter overhang. And what we recommend is attaching the first hook to the first hole here. There's normally 2 holes there depending on the style. So there should be 1 hole here and 1 hole there. You don't need to use the middle one. I think it's just a bit too much. So just hang it over here, hang it over here, just like that. So it will create a bit of an overlap. Another thing to note is that sometimes the gap between the carriers are too much or too little, depending on your fabric. So you can actually adjust just slightly. You can actually bend them just slightly with some pliers, and you can either close the gap or widen the gap depending on your own preference. Do note that you don't want to get them too close to each other. If they are too close, and when your curtains are put on, if they crash together, the carrier arms will collide and you will break them. So definitely leave a sufficient gap. When it comes to hanging the side where it will go behind the carrier arm, the front few hooks you might need to adjust accordingly. So depending on the model, with the Quoya 600 and the AT5810, you shouldn't have an issue where you want to create an overhang. You might want to increase it and decrease it so that the level matches. Is completely adjustable. So you can adjust that. Once it's on, it should match. And the carrier should go perfectly behind. But once it closes, it should create a really, really nice finish. And when it comes to the end of the track, how you hang the curtain is very, very important. You do not want to hang your last curtain hook onto the tensioner here, because what that would do is it will leave the motor exposed. Instead, you should find the gearbox hooks inside your box set. There are a couple of slots where you can attach the gearbox hooks. So you can either place here. I will recommend using these ones. I don't think this one is far enough. You will still leave the motor exposed. So here, if you want a small wraparound, I would recommend somewhere here would be perfect. If you want to create a wraparound style, then I would choose a slot somewhere here where the fabric wraps all the way around and hooks onto here. With this one, if you want to extend it, so these are the extension hooks. So if you want the curtain to just extend very slightly, you can use these hooks instead. So these are the extension hooks. It allows you to hook the fabric slightly further from the end of the track. So this is very useful if you have a wall-to-wall installation and you've just got a very small gap where your curtains need to reach the end, use the extension hook. So if you put it here, like this, your last hook will hook onto the end here, and when it rests, it will fully conceal the motor and the wiring behind, which gives it a very, very nice, neat look.